Alright, hi, I'm Maddie Pulley.
I'm Jessica Jen.
I'm Noah Wallace.
The disorder that we had was Williams syndrome. I think an important fact to start off with would be what exactly causes Williams syndrome. It's caused by the 26 microdeletions on the long arm of chromosome 7.
In a way, Williams syndrome is really similar to autism spectrum disorder in that they both have effects on the social cognition and on the communicative skills.
And then Williams syndrome is a genetic disorder, but it can often occur spontaneously. And then they do well with spoken language, music, and learning by repetition.
Okay. Another important thing to talk about would be exactly how many people are affected by this disorder. So it can range anywhere from between 1 in 7,500 people to 1 in 20,000 people.
So another symptom that's but this symptom is kind of different from the autism spectrum disorder is that people with Williams syndrome are often have hypersocial behaviors.
And then the children with Williams syndrome are extremely sensitive to loud sounds, and then that leads to more ear infections in their middle ear.
Okay. Often Williams syndrome will come hand in hand with different cardiovascular problems, which would be problems with the heart or blood vessels. So they'll have to go see a cardiologist, obviously, to help them maintain these problems.
They also have, for language, their pragmatics is the most affected, and that's why they will have to go to an SLP.
And then they develop progressive joint problems, and then that leads to them seeing a physical therapist.
I think before this project, I'd never even heard of Williams syndrome before. I didn't realize it affected so many people, from 1 in 7,500 to 1 in 20,000. That's a good amount of people, and that's a lot of family and friends, and just dependent on these different research and support groups and stuff, and all of that would not even be possible without awareness. So I think it really changed my attitude in that perspective, that I think disorders such as this, they need to be made more aware to just the public in general. And I think in relation to my career, it'll obviously help me to be more aware and just kind of be able to fulfill my role in relation to people with different disorders, to be understanding and just be able to recognize them, no matter even if I don't become a SLP, just in any kind of career, you can encounter anything like that.
So I learned that there's similar symptoms that people with autism spectrum and have that are very similar to Williams syndrome and also similar to fetal alcohol syndrome, so that learning that even though that there's similar symptoms, that they can differ, and that it also affects how you're able to treat them as an SLP. That's important in my future career, just knowing how to go about treatment.
And then kind of like they said, going to the project, I had never heard of Williams syndrome, so it really helped me to broaden my knowledge about the different types of disorders I could encounter. And this project taught me to recognize somebody with this syndrome, and it helped me to realize the amount of help I will eventually be able to provide to somebody. And then as an SLP, if a child with Williams syndrome were to be added to my caseload, I now have a basic understanding of the syndrome itself.
Okay, thank you.